Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
Yo, Madam Barton.
Good day. You can hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, man.
How's the
Loud and
audio?
clear.
All
Loud
right,
and
big
clear,
up.
bro.
Yes. One love. So, I guess in the first 5 minutes we can give the listeners some time to come in. I actually I'm gonna go on mute for like about 2 minutes. So give me a second. We'll start this and get into this crypto talk, bro. I'm excited to kind of learn a little bit more. I want to make sure I have like my notes and stuff. So, all
No
right.
problem.
So while I get properly acquainted, I guess I'll just be on mute here while you talk to the listeners for a little bit. All right. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, yeah, man. I'm crypto. Well, I call myself crypto Bitcoin king. But that's only because I've been in this space for a little while. How did I start? I started back in 2015 was when I first bought my first cryptocurrency. In actual fact, my first cryptocurrency that I bought was called Ethereum. And so that Ethereum that I bought, at the time when I bought it, it was at $6, I believe it was. And believe it or not, in actual fact, the exchange that I was trying to buy it from, it was actually, when I first saw it, it was cheaper. It was something like $1. And I tried to push it through. You know what? I'll let you know what the exchange was. It was actually Coinbase, right? And I tried to buy Ethereum at $1, and for some reason it just kept failing. And then after trying like after 10 times,
Yeah.
I decided, right, let me just leave it for a few days. And that few days it went up 5x, so it went to $6. And then I managed to get it at $6, but subsequently after that, the all-time high, which was the last bull run back in 2017 and 18, it went all the way up to I think 1,000 or something. Now today Ethereum is, I can tell you, let me be right on the money when I'm talking about this stuff, right? Because Ethereum right now,
Yeah.
is trading at, and I'll let you know 1 second. Ethereum is trading at $2,704.89, and that's within a couple of years. So, boom. You know what I mean?
So it went up from $6 to 2,000 and something.
Yeah, 2,000 at the moment is $2,715.94.
Okay. So these are some interesting margins that we're seeing. Before we get into the kind of meat of the discussion, let's pop some of these bubbles.
All right.
We got one here in the chamber. This is from Theo. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, researcher. How are you today? Hi, Menace. I hope you're both having a lovely day.
Yes, we are. Thankful that you could join us.
No doubt, definitely. Welcome, sister. Welcome.
All right, we got Mio in the room, we got Willow in the room, and we got Adil Akram in the room. Thank you guys for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about some crypto, the cryptocurrency. So I am not an expert on crypto. That's the disclaimer for the start. So Crypto Beaking here, Menace to Supremacy, has more knowledge than me on this topic. I will be relying on some of his advice, and I may have some questions for him. I don't know what my questions are gonna be as yet, but we're just gonna talk about it and see how the flow goes, because it's an open discussion. So if you have any questions about cryptocurrency, right, please do send a message. But I wanted us to talk about the fact that there's been a lot of speculation about cryptocurrency as a viable option to create wealth, right? Now, because I am new to this financial system that they've designed on the decentralized blockchain technology, I am not familiar with the inner workings. I just know that Bitcoin uses blockchain technology, but there are so many different coins on the market right now that, you know, if somebody who's not really following the whole crypto game, it's going to be a bit hard for them to get involved. So, Crypto B King here, Minister Supremacy. I hope that he'll be able to provide us with a little bit of more intel, you know, on the whole crypto scene. Yes.
Yeah, no problem. And let me put my little disclaimer in as well, right? I am by no means a financial advisor, neither am I an expert. But I've been in the space long enough to be able to know how to navigate myself through these streets, and I've spent the time to research some stuff as well. So I can give you the information that I do know. But if there's a question that I don't know, I'm not going to pretend to try and answer it. I'm just going to say, yo, I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So I mean, we could start off talking about the shift in the paradigm, where it's like we're seeing now that a lot of things are happening to the petrodollar, right?
Okay.
And we're seeing a shift towards digital currency on some front. Would you concur that you're seeing some sort of shift in the financial system? Okay, because this is my speculation based off of what I'm seeing. So I'm glad that you can confirm that based on your knowledge in the crypto area, the cryptocurrency area. You know, because you have more expertise than me. So you know, it's good when some of my, you know, speculations from a less informed perspective are correct. But I don't expect to be correct on much of this stuff because I'm new to it. So could you tell me about like your favorite coins before we get like into it? For you, like as somebody who has experience, before we get into the technical stuff.
Sure.
You know, just give us a glance over of like your top 3 favorite coins right now for the listeners.
Okay, so at the moment I'm on a website called CoinMarketCap, and that gives CoinMarketCap.com, and that gives you like the top 20 coins. Now, the ones that I have and the ones that I'm accumulating is Bitcoin, Ethereum, one called ADA, which is Cardano, Chainlink. There's quite a few, man. You know, I could say out of the top 20, and there's thousands, mind you, right? But out of the top 20, I would say I'm probably accumulating about 6 of them.
Okay, interesting. So, what's the website? Is it like CoinMarketCap something?
.com,
Let me just type that. Okay. CoinMarketCap.com. Yeah, I see this site. Let me open it up. Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting based off of what you're saying. Now, I have seen a lot of people talking about Bitcoin in terms of not that it's not worth anything, but the fact that they're hesitant to get involved in Bitcoin because of some of the more shady, nefarious activity concerned with that specific coin. Have you heard anything about that in particular?
Yes, I've heard the rumors from majority of banking systems and the government and the shadow government, which fear that their fiat currency and the system that they've had for thousands of years is coming under attack. So they will say that, you know, it's been used for money laundering and drugs and all types of stuff. So yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of it being used for that, I mean, I never really want to go so deep into that, but I just wanted to mention that there are some allegations that have some circumstantial evidence, I'm not sure how strong it is, about how Bitcoin came to be and some of the uses that they have for it. So clearly, we're not saying that everybody who's using Bitcoin is into this. But the rumors are it's surrounding the people who created Bitcoin. So that's another rabbit hole, but we're not going to go into that today because we really want to talk about this thing as a, looking at it from an objective perspective. And even if one coin might have some shady stuff going on with it, that doesn't mean that the entire system is something we can't look at. You know what I'm saying, Crypto B King?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. So my mind is kind of more open to crypto now, because it's like I understand more about the technology that they use for the decentralized ledger. Right. So I understand like the security benefits and that sort of stuff, but I am not a trader, which is why it's like, you know, I would have to talk to somebody who's a trader to kind of understand, all right, you know, what's really popping on the cryptocurrency market right now, you know.
Sure.
So that's why I asked you, like, what are your top 3 favorite coins? I was just trying to get an idea of, you know, where you are right now in terms of what you think is viable, you know, for anybody who might be listening who is into crypto or who is an active trader. You know, they may be able to utilize this. But I'm not trading anything yet. I'm still watching the flow and the shift in the paradigm. But it's very interesting though. So in terms of the quantum financial system and the fact that so many different digital currencies are popping up, that it's, you know, it's providing us with another tool that we can use to create wealth, which is that's what I think is the more important dynamic to look at. So, you know, at a glance, do you think it can be used to create wealth from your perspective, having invested, you know, since 2015, you said?
Yeah. I mean, I was aware of it since 2009, but I really didn't sort of look into it, so I didn't invest in it. But when I really started to look into it and start, you know, it was 2015 when I bought my first few Ethereum. Yeah. But can I just correct something that you said, right?
Please go ahead, because I'm not familiar with this stuff at all. I'm no expert. Go ahead, please.
Sure. So it was one person allegedly that created Bitcoin, right, and created the whole blockchain in which Bitcoin transacts on. Yeah.
That's
and
the Japanese guy.
That person's name is Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Now, he's a mystery guy. Nobody knows who he is. No, you know, he hasn't made himself public or anything like that. But the purpose of why he created it was to fix the 39 billion. In actual fact, it was larger than that. But there was a crisis within the banking system. Yeah. One, for accountability. 2, for it's extremely unstable. 3, because people, you know, countries can just print money willy-nilly at will. Yeah. So he came out with an idea.
But the Federal Reserve specifically was doing that in the US. So yeah, you're correct about that. But it's not all countries can just print money. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The influence is great coming from that particular nation. So yeah.
Absolutely. So so basically this is what he done. He created something which would have been a solution to the current problems that we're still facing within the whole financial situation. And let me also add that I believe it was in 1963 or 1966, it's one of those 2 days where the Federal Reserve actually removed the gold standard in which fiat currency was backed on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was the 70s, but you might be correct on the 60s date. Yeah.
I think it's either 63 or 66. It's one of those days. But what it was, during a meeting at the Geneva Convention, they removed the whole gold standard. So money was no longer backed by gold. In actual fact, it's backed by us, the people. And it's a little bit more than that.
The petrodollar. That's when they permanently tied the currency to the petrodollar at that time. Right. Because that was part of their plan to kind of control the financial system a bit more. But remember that this is just one specific group of people who control the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve was not a government agency. Not until certain things happened. You know, I think it was last year or the year before that with Steve Mnuchin. when he
Okay.
became the, you know what I'm talking about, when they reorganized the bureaucratic structure of that. You get me? During Trump's term.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that Trump did try to put a lot of things in place, and he did. So I'm not aware
Hmm.
of that, but at some point
Oh,
you can
yeah,
share
that
it.
one is a rabbit hole. That's like 2018. So what he did was because before this point in time, the Federal Reserve has been operating without any proper oversight. You get me? And the reason why, because they're not really a government affiliated organization. They just put the name federal in there to
Sure.
make it appear
Hmm.
as if they are connected to the government. But when you look into the history of this particular organization, I think it was like in the 1920s, 30s, right?
Right.
It's a long history. Like apparently, some affluent millionaires um, were actually on a boat called the Titanic,
Hmm.
and they never returned. Like 10 of the most wealthy people. Now, there's a conspiracy surrounding that that's tied to the Federal Reserve because one of the most famous ones, his name was Jacob Astor. I would have to look him up, but his last name was definitely Astor, right? And there was another millionaire named Guggenheim. These guys were opposed to the formation of a central banking system. You get me? And this was
Hmm.
around 1914 when they died. And then, like a decade later or so, the Federal Reserve plans got solidified in the United States. So these guys were part of the force that was kind of holding them back because they were influential at that time period. You know.
Sure.
So however, they got them out of the way clearly with the whole Titanic thing, and then they eventually moved on with their plans to form the central banking system to take over America. Now, later down, as you mentioned, in the 60s, they complete their other plan, which was to move the dollar from the gold standard.
Hmm.
You get me? And
Hmm.
then that now they have complete control because they are controlling the oil mostly,
Hmm.
right? Now, the reason why they probably moved it off the gold standard was so that they could, as you say, print money,
Hmm.
and that's what they've been doing. That has caused some of the Great Depressions that America has experienced, because what they do is they manipulate the industry, the financial industry, to their benefit. You get me? At all
Hmm.
times. So
Hmm.
what we think is capitalism is not really capitalism, because capitalism is designed on, it's supposed to be a free market economy where people can actually trade freely. Now, I do see where Bitcoin is providing that as a viable alternative where people can trade freely, but it depends on which application you're trading Bitcoin through, or not Bitcoin, but any of these cryptocurrencies per se. You get me?
Hmm.
So
When you say application, what do you mean? Like an
I
exchange?
mean, like which trading is like how you have Robinhood and you
Hmm.
can trade on Robinhood.
Yeah.
You get me? So I'm like, Robinhood has their specific rules. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
usually it's just standard, like all of the companies have their standard stuff, but each company has their own specific little differences. Like, oh, our policies are this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that might determine how quickly your transaction is processed, and a whole heap of other things. So that's what I was saying. It depends on what application you're using
Sure.
for your trading.
Okay. I understand. So when you say application, really, you're talking about exchanges. Well, let me
Yeah,
just
the
say, right?
software
Yeah. So there were
for trading.
two. There were
Mhm.
two types of exchanges. You've got centralized and you've got decentralized. So places like Robinhood,
Yes.
Coinbase, Binance,
Hmm.
Bittrex, there's quite a few of them, right? Those main ones are centralized exchanges, which means that the government can at any point request information on the people that are trading cryptocurrencies, because everybody that uses those centralized exchanges has to fill out an application form. It's actually called a KYC, Know Your Customer. And
Okay.
they all have, everyone that uses it has to fill this out. And the main reason being is going back to this whole thing when you said it's used for dubious acts. This is what I believe the government says.
Well,
so
I don't say that like across the board,
Yeah,
I'm saying that there's some speculation that is being said, and there is some that I do think does need to get looked into, but I'm not saying it's bad across the board, because remember, it's a tool. And just because some nefarious actors might be doing something doesn't mean that the entire thing is bad or volatile. But people might be more apprehensive to get involved in it if they are aware of some of these players behind the scenes manipulating things, like Elon Musk, for instance. But that's just an example. You get me?
Yeah. The thing is this: way before cryptocurrency was even formed or created, right? Money laundering, crime, drugs, cartel, all these things was happening way before that was happening. So the fact
definitely.
is that sometimes, look, this is one of the biggest disruptor to the money system that's ever been formed. It's never happened. When you go back to the Bible, they've been using things like exchanging silver coins for goods or for livestock or whatever it is. So money goes all the way back to well over 2,000 years ago, right? There's never been a disruptor like cryptocurrencies, that can equal or even pass the whole monetary system. And what I mean by pass, I mean literally outplay it, right? So the thing is this: look, when you have a system that can literally take away the power from those who had the power, the monetary system, the banksters, and all these people. When you have this big disruptor, they're not gonna go away without kicking and fighting and throwing some shit at you. This is how I see it. But so check this. Basically, the blockchain is a network in which cryptocurrencies can actually navigate on, right? You can exchange. We become the bankers ourselves. Now, you was talking about the whole exchanges. Now the thing is this: if you are on a centralized exchange, then the governments and everybody else can know your business, or they can get to find out your business. Decentralized exchange, you are in complete control of your cryptocurrencies. Nobody knows what you own unless you make it aware to them. And the ways in which you can do this is if you was to transfer your cryptocurrencies from a centralized exchange to a decentralized exchange, because they've already got your KYC, they know who you are, they can see the transaction on the blockchain and they can see that it ends up in your wallet. But there are other ways in which one can navigate this whole system without anyone knowing. And this is where the beauty of decentralized exchanges, a lot of people now are jumping on the whole decentralized thing. Why? Because everybody likes privacy. We're living in a time now where your own privacy is being attacked left, right, and center. I resonate with that. And the reality is, us as humans like to be private, man. I don't want you knowing what I've got in my bank account. That can open a whole shed of things. And when I say bank account, I'm not talking about a literal bank account, but you don't need to know how much cryptocurrency I own.
Facts. That's your personal business, unless you choose to share that with somebody.
Exactly. And what we have to also understand is this: fiat currency is their creation. When I say their creation, it's the bank's creation. It was used as a receipt for the weight
central bankers.
It's no longer, there's no more gold. We already passed that. So the fact is, this is their creation. Bitcoin and all the other thousands of coins that subsequently come after Bitcoin is the people's creation. And what we create, they can't control, even though they're trying to control it. And the only way they can is by saying you must pay your taxes. However, the only way they can enforce the tax is when you sell and convert it to fiat currency. But if you don't sell, then they can't tax something which is to be quite honest, no government can tax it unless you sell it into their currency. You can't tax it.
Okay.
And that's what they're fearful of, because they're going to lose tax.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So basically, I'm gonna pop this next message here because we've had this one for a while, and then we can talk some more. Mio, talk to people.
My question, I'm hesitant because I don't see the point of it. Like, what is crypto money used for? Okay, and why not just use cash, like, or money, like actual money? What's the point?
I mean, that's a good question, but I'm not. And crypto. You want to take that?
Yeah, no problem. Look, if you're happy using cash, continue using cash, right? Cryptocurrency is not for everybody. Some people are speculative. Some people feel that it's too risky, and it is. There's a level of risk to it. So I'm not here to convince anyone to use cryptocurrency. What I would say is, rather than just going by hearsay, just read a bit, do a little bit of research. You might convince yourself that it might be something worth investing in.
So I am actually taking a serious look on cryptocurrencies, right? But I also want to know what's happening in the shifting paradigm, as we were talking about earlier, where it seems as if there is a rise in the digital currencies as a future possible alternative financial system based on this decentralized blockchain technology, where your privacy is a thing. So I do kind of vibe with that aspect, and I guess that's my answer. If you're asking me why I'm even having this conversation in the first place, Mir, because I'm open-minded to find out what is this really about. I've been hearing about crypto for years, but I've never invested, and Crypto Beaking is a cool brother. We've been talking about some other stuff, so I was like, hey, he knows about crypto. Let me just see if I can ask him some stuff and get a better perspective. So that's what today's conversation is about. We're actually not bashing crypto, even though you heard me bring up those things earlier about certain speculations. You get me? It's because there's information out there, but we can't validate everything. But I can confirm that there are some suspicious things about that Satoshi guy. You get me? So because of that now, I mean, like, we talked about him already, so we don't really have to go into that. But in terms of like Bitcoin right now, do you have any opinions on Bitcoin right now that you'd like to share in terms of cryptocurrency? Like, is it viable? What do you see for the future of Bitcoin right now? It's at the top of the coin market cap website. So I was just figuring that, hey, we could talk about like a couple of the top 10 coins, and you could just give me like your perspective.
Sure.
So a casual thing. Yeah, nothing serious. Just like
No
for
problem,
more information for the listeners, so that they can understand like more about these coins that are on the market. And everybody talks about Bitcoin, but I know that there's more options out there and stuff that we haven't talked about. You know what I'm saying? So let's get the conversation going with the most popular one and move from there.
No problem. All right.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin, BTC, number one, is the daddy. That's what I call him, right? So look, the thing is this: Bitcoin, it's a store of value, yeah, and it's only used store of value because
you're saying store of value. You're chipping out a little bit a while ago with your mic.
Sorry,
you sound good now.
So basically it's a store of value, which means that basically it's like gold or silver, yeah. So it's rare because it's only 100 million that will ever be mined. Yeah, once it's gone past that. Sorry, my mistake. 21 million. Yeah, so it's even less than 100 million. So it's 21 million Bitcoins will ever be mined. At the moment, currently, there's 18,729,000 already mined, which means that, you know, there are those BTCs actually in someone's pocket, wallet, or on the exchanges that people can buy. So there isn't a lot of it now. The use case for Bitcoin is simply a store of value or a medium of exchange, which means you can exchange Bitcoin for something else. But anything else, that's all it has. It doesn't really offer anything else. But if we go down to the second one, I call Bitcoin the gold and I call Ethereum the silver. Now, Ethereum...
before you go into Ethereum, just generally, a cryptocurrency question generally. So because you've been trading and you've like increased your the size of your wallet in terms of the amount of crypto that you started with versus the amount you have now, based on the rise in value of the coin when you bought it to how much it is now. So it's like, hold on. Yeah, we got the Monaco Raceway in the background. So all right. So in terms of how do you use this currency now that you've acquired to get something of value from it? So can you use these Bitcoins? For instance, can you use Bitcoin? Can you buy anything with Bitcoin right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so where can you buy things with Bitcoin, and which places are trending towards accepting digital currencies in general?
Okay, all right. So this is it. For instance, there are websites like crypto.com, that you can go to. You can sign up for their account. Obviously, you'll have to go through your KYC, with decentralized exchanges. They and even Coinbase also, right? But they will give you a debit card, and it's one of these top-up cards. So basically, it's a debit card that's got Visa sign on it. But instead of you topping it up with fiat currency, you put your Bitcoin or any other coin that you have on the card, and it will give you the value in dollars or pounds or yen to what it's valued at that time. Which means then you can go into any store and just use that. Your bread, your milk, whatever you want. Just know your fundamentals, right?
Okay, I understand. Go ahead.
Let's step it up another level, and then you can answer that question, right? Now, let's say you do not want to spend fiat currency. You don't want to convert it into fiat currency. You can spend just cryptocurrencies alone. There's a plenty of sites that's coming up now. One of them being Purse.io, and that's like, PURSE.io. That site will let you buy anything on Amazon. In actual fact, it's so good that you can buy anything you want, even at an absolute reduced amount. So let's say, for instance, like a Mac computer. I'm looking, I've bought one and I'm waiting for it to be delivered. Now, the one that I want is about £6,000, which is about $7,200. I basically send my fiat currency to the address, which they give you, for the value. Plus, if I want to, I can get a discount. So at the moment, the laptop that I'm buying is for $6,000. I'm actually only paying $4,300 for it, because there were some people on there that have like gift cards and they just want to sell the gift cards. Anyway, it's a system that they've worked out. So basically, they're willing to sell. Let's say you got a gift card for $100 and you don't mind taking $60. Let's say there's 200 people on the site that want to sell that. So what they do is, like, that reduces, because they will use that gift card to help to buy your laptop. That's where you get the reduced final payment for that laptop. So you got shopper.io.
So hold on, that's so that one that does that, that's Purse.io?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, interesting, cool. Yeah, and you said no, shoppers.io. What? Tell me about
Yeah,
that
I
one.
think it's shopper.io, but I can tell you exactly what it is actually.
Okay, all right.
Shopper, because again, right. So shopper.
All right. I'm gonna pop this bubble while you pull that up.
No
All
problem.
right. We got Shaggy in the building. Talk to the people nice.
Crypto and Dogecoin made me retire at the age of 28. Fuck Bitcoin. Screw all that big shit. Can't wait to buy back into Safe Moon again.
Was that a testimonial from another crypto investor? Did you
Sounds
hear
like
what he said at the start? He said something about retiring at 28.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that's interesting.
But then he said, "F Bitcoin." This is where he kind of he lost me a little bit there, you know. So, but
well,
I
yeah,
guess,
I'm not gonna hit at anybody for any particular preference of coin. We're just gonna have a clean discussion about the coins and keep it neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like professionals. Yes. So even though he doesn't like Bitcoin, and that might be aligned with perspectives of various persons, we're not here to bash any coins. We're just here to find out. This is a Q&A session. We're trying to find out what's happening in the market. And we did talk about the suspicious things with Bitcoin earlier. So we don't really want to go back into that. We have about how long do you want to go for, Crypto B King?
Well, it's 8:00 here now, so we can go for let's say half hour, 40 minutes. I'm good with that.
All right, cool. So I was saying we could wrap up in half an hour, so that sounds good. So let's do this. All right, so let's pop this message here. Who's this? We got Shaggy in the building. Talk to the people.
Bitcoin is just rich money. I wasn't able to buy into that and actually aggressively get 1,000% increase.
Okay.
Safe Moon, going to buy back into that as soon as it dips just a little bit more. Bitcoin, I just can't do it, man. You just can't make as much.
Okay, so he's talking about Safe Moon. I'm not familiar with this terminology because I'm new, Crypto B King. Could you tell me more about Safe Moon that he's talking about?
Right. Yeah. I mean, Safe Moon made a whole load of people a lot of money. Yeah. If you got in on Safe Moon when it's just launched, then you could have turned. Let's say you put in like $100. Yeah. You could have turned that into a couple of million within a few weeks.
So let me just really quickly ask you. The Safe Moon thing, that's a specific coin he's talking about that launched. When it launched? Specifically, the date?
I don't know the exact date, but
okay.
It's a few months. Let's say it's about 3.5 months old now.
3.5 months old?
Yeah.
That recent?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you see now, it's things like this that interest me because it's like, yeah, people are like, oh my God, don't trust Bitcoin, but that don't mean so you can't look on other options in the crypto market. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't want to bash any particular currency. We just want to look at it from a more objective perspective. So this has been very informative, Crypto B King, because you have explained that we can actually purchase items with crypto dollars, and you've told us how to do it and which sites accept this form of payment. So I think this has been a very informative session, even for somebody like me who has no clue about this stuff really. So I might be listening to this again. Yeah, big up, bro.
No problem. Yeah, man.
So,
Person.io is one, and the other one is called
shopping.io.
Yeah.
Got you, bro. Got you. I'm gonna try and lock that in right now. See, information is important. Once you know certain things, it can, your awareness, you bring it into your awareness, then you can actually take advantage of it. So I didn't know anything about this, but now I'm even more curious as to, if I can get into on any cryptocurrencies before they launch, because it sounds like that's really where some of the real lucrative stuff is. Not to say that I wouldn't try other things, but based on what he was saying about that 3-month-old coin, I might look into some other coins as well that are newer coins, that haven't launched yet.
Well, The thing is this: I'm actually building a few
Yeah.
systems,
Okay.
that will be able to notify people of new coins, so that you know, once you get notified, you can invest in them. Or
Before they
I'm
launch.
trying to automate the whole thing, to be quite honest. But,
Yo, that's cool. Do you have a website, bro?
Sorry?
Do you have a website that you're doing like the automation from or something?
No, I haven't. I'm literally just doing this stuff from home, and I've got a couple of people who's helping me as well. So
Okay.
I've got a YouTube channel, but outside of that,
No, I get you. But this is very interesting though. So like you have like first-hand knowledge about crypto. You might not be like a big name out there, but you are the proof that this thing is real in terms of like, because you're saying that you've bought stuff with crypto many times. You know that $6,000 laptop you mentioned. How much crypto did you use to purchase that? Was it like did you use like crypto only or like half or what?
I at the time I used one and a half Ethereum.
1.5 Ethereum.
Yeah, and you got to understand, you know, at the time when I bought the Ethereum, it was $6, and we're only talking about a couple of years ago.
It was $6 for one Ethereum.
A couple of years ago, back in 2017.
Okay. Oh, so because the value of that went up by the time you wanted to purchase that, it was just okay. So you're talking about the like in terms of economics, like present and future value type of shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I got you, bro. I'm not no econ major, but I know a little bit about that stuff. I had to do it for engineering, but yeah, thank you, man.
Sure.
This is interesting shit. Okay.
Now,
So yeah,
the thing is, you know, so again, you're gonna answer.
No, I was saying, go ahead. Continue elaborating on your point.
Sure. So the thing is for me, right? I'm all about staying away from fiat currency. Yeah. Because as long as I can keep within cryptocurrency, then I don't need to see the IRS or the Inland Revenue or anybody. They don't need to come knocking on my door for nothing. Because as far as I'm concerned, I am not navigating in their system anymore. Yeah. Now, when you think about Amazon, there was an advert over here. No, it's a documentary over here, and what Amazon's actually planning to do is to create supermarkets, like, you know, where you can go and buy your bread, milk, you know, Walmart type of places. Yeah. Now that means that's another way that I can spend my cryptos and just get my weekly shopping. So I don't need fiat currency anymore.
Oh, so you're actually actively using crypto for all your basic needs to some extent right now?
I would say I'm 60% there.
Wow, bro, that's amazing. Yo, hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you. So I love the free thinking mentality that you have. And, you know, clearly you're a knowledgeable man because you know about the dangers of the fiat currency, as we were talking about earlier, you know, the manipulation and the Federal Reserve and how they moved off of the gold standard to kind of control everything. So the fact that you see things from your perspective, I definitely resonate with that on some level, because I can see why you have that angle. And you've taught me a lot in just this very short period of time about the viability of cryptocurrency. And I do think you answered my question about can we create wealth, right, from cryptocurrency. I think you've answered that one, and the answer is most definitely a resounding yes. So it seems to me that some of the most lucrative options are getting involved with the coin before it launches. So your initiative that you have to kind of do the automation thing where you want to get people notified about these new coins. I mean, maybe later on, I would probably like to get involved with that to kind of see what's going on with that project, because that sounds very interesting. Right now, I'm actually experimenting myself with some coins that aren't launched. One of them is called B. Have you heard about that one?
BEE, is it?
Yeah, BEE, yeah.
Right, well, there's three of them. So you got B swap, you got BEX, you got B token. So
Okay.
would it be B
It's the
token?
one that has the it has like the image of the actual bee for their thing. You
Right,
know,
okay.
I'm not sure about the other two because remember I'm new to this. So somebody sent me a link to this bee app, but it was like an invite and it's like a mining app where it's like you press it once and it mines every 24 hours. But apparently
Right, okay.
the coin is not launched yet. So when
Right,
you
so
talked about that earlier, I was just like, maybe there's something in there for me with that, you know. So
right, so I'm gonna look at both of them. So there's one called B Swap and then there's one called B Token. So I'm gonna go to both websites.
okay, cool.
So looking at this one, it's an NFT DAO DeFi application based on HECO, HECO. Right, okay. Worker wider coverage of liquidity mining. So I think this is probably the one. Is it sort of like a yellow website and it's got a picture of like a honey?
Yeah, I think that might be it. You know, I'm gonna look it up right now just to confirm. Is it like a green and yellow theme they have going, something like that?
No, this is just straight yellow.
Straight yellow. It might be the same one. You know. It's called Bitcoin, right? Is it that one that you're looking at?
Okay, so that's the one you're on, right? Bitcoin, yeah. So let me go to
Bitcoin,
the
I
other
think
one.
it is. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that I'm experimenting with right now. So I don't know anything about crypto, but somebody was just like, "Hey, try this out," and I'm just like, "Well, you know, if I don't have to invest any money, then I guess what the fuck? Let me try it." You know what I'm saying? So I downloaded the app. I was just like, okay, it works by you just tap it once every 24 hours and it mines, and then you get a notification to repeat the process. So it's like, all right, it's not invasive. It's mining some sort of currency, but I don't know if these currencies are viable. But when you told me about, when currencies launching now, there is like this window of opportunity where you can kind of capitalize. So
yeah,
not
all
of them, but some of them, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the viability of the coin itself. So could you give me some information about this coin I'm experimenting on? I have no clue what the fuck this shit is. I'm just clicking buttons on the app, bro.
Tell me the website because I don't think they're listed on CoinMarketCap yet. So
all right, it's bcoin.xyz.
So that's BEECOIN.XYZ, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Alright, right, so
you see
there's Chinese writing on it.
Yeah, you can click over to the English thing. There's supposed to be an English translation.
That's if I can. Oh yeah. Alright, cool.
Yeah. So, of course, some people are just like, the Chinese stuff. You have to be very skeptical of what these particular guys are doing nowadays, especially in the crypto market. So, but I'm still open to possibilities. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Just
I'll
gonna
tell
be
you
like,
what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do. Right? I do a little bit of due diligent research before I invest in anything. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This one is not an investment. It's just you're mining, and the coin hasn't launched yet. So It's an experiment that I'm trying out. I don't know if I'm going to get anything from this, but I thought, since I don't know anything about crypto, might as well try it and see if I can learn anything. And then I met you. I was just like, oh, let me talk to you because you know more about crypto. You get me?
Yeah.
See if I can learn more about this. I'm literally just tapping a button on an app, bro. I don't know what the hell this shit is, if it's going to be viable when the coin is launching. I have no details on that minutia. But there's another one that I'm using, and I did a little bit more research in that one because I had a little bit of time. That one is called Pi, and apparently it was developed by Stanford.
Yeah.
So that one hasn't launched either, but they do have a launch date, and I think it's later down this year. So
no, they've launched. They've been out since 2000. I've had it since 2000.
Pi has a monetary value right now.
It has a monetary value, but when they're gonna list it on CoinMarketCap soon, and once it gets listed,
it's not listed yet.
Push the price up.
Oh, I see. So I need to mine as much now before they get listed.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for that crucial information, because we're getting some real gems here from Crypto Beat King. For you guys who are in the room right now. Let's give a shout out. We got 5 people in the room: Willow Winter, Adil Akram, Jennifer, Steve, and Sashana. Thank you for joining us. We're here discussing crypto. We're just trying to find out. I am just trying to find out more about this whole market because I am a noob, as they would say in certain terminologies. So yeah, this is interesting. So you can actually use crypto to buy, your basic products. You can actually get involved in coins that have not launched yet, and all of them are operating on this decentralized blockchain platforms, right?
Most are now, yeah.
Most of them. Okay, interesting. So, I do think the decentralized blockchain thing is an advantage, and especially for the privacy,
Yes.
and the fact that it's more secure in terms of transactions. So that much I know about blockchain technology, but of course I've always been skeptical of just who's pulling the strings behind certain things. You get me? Yeah, but this is interesting, bro. I'm gonna look at crypto a bit more closely. I'm gonna see what I can get out of these apps these coins before they officially launch or get listed, right? And I'll let you know how that goes. But clearly, I'm gonna learn a lot more about crypto talking to you. We should
definitely.
probably do something regularly. Like once every
we can do this every week, my brother.
Oh yeah, or every week. Yeah, that can work too. So yeah, brother. Yeah, so please, we were about to talk about some more coins. You have anything to say about Bitcoin before we move on to the number 2, Ethereum? 'Cause I know that's like one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah. All right. So tell us about Ethereum and its viability and stuff like that. What's going on in the market with Ethereum right now? Tell us why you like it. Because I know you made money from Ethereum.
Absolutely. I made money from Bitcoin as well. But let me just say, look, Bitcoin was the one that was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, right? I believe his name is, yeah? But the fact is that since Bitcoin and the blockchain was created, Ethereum then came after that. And what Ethereum done, it created a way in which people could develop on the blockchain, yeah? So the blockchain again is the foundation. Okay. That's your brick and mortar, yeah?
Yeah, that's the technology everything is operating on.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So the Ethereum blockchain made it so that people could create dApps, and dApp is a decentralized application, yeah?
Ooh, interesting, yeah.
So Ethereum is what a lot of these other coins you see coming out there. A lot of them, majority of them, are coming out because of Ethereum. So Ethereum is a daddy just like Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean? In that sense, because of Ethereum, it allows this vast expanse of other tokens to be launched, and people can then basically write their own applications on the Ethereum blockchain and create all types of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah.
So when I'm investing in tokens, I invest in tokens which has a use case. So Ethereum again has a use case. You've got Chainlink. Again, it's like an Ethereum. It's like a blockchain that allows people to develop and use it. So I invest in infrastructure type tokens because I believe in the technology. I'm here to make some money, but the truth of it is, you got, a lot of these things like Safe Moon and a lot of tokens out there. It's a get quick rich type of thing, yeah.
Okay.
But it's also luck because there's not many Safe Moons, not many Doges, which you can just make that type of money overnight. And I'll be honest with you, it might be a little bit late now, at the moment, to invest in those type of tokens. You may not be able to just get to the millions just by one. Whereas Safe
Of course.
Made a few people millionaires. Now, I think that boat is a little bit gone, but you can do it maybe in 2, 3, 4 different investments. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're looking for maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, then you want to be investing in, and there are tons of cheap projects right now you can invest in, like Cardano and Solana and stuff like that. So if you invest in those things now, and it may not even take you a year, it might take you 6 months. You could 3, 4, 5x your money quick with a lot of these things.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
All right. So
you want to talk about oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So the reason I invest in Ethereum is because Ethereum is a blockchain that has opened up opportunities for other cryptocurrencies to expand and create. And this is why I'm always an Ethereum backer.
Okay, yeah. So wow, this is interesting, brother. You kind of broaden my perspectives on just the whole blockchain viability, So this is wow. So I'm gonna
let me show you something.
I'm just letting you know that, bro.
yeah, no, man, definitely, that's my pleasure, bro. But let me just say something. This is how powerful the blockchain is, bro. For instance, I used to do this thing called flipping websites, right? So I would create a website, get followers to follow it. It could be anything from dating to selling products, affiliate marketing, stuff like that, right?
Okay,
now,
nice.
We've got websites out there right now which, in order to run a website, you need hosting, you need a domain name, and you probably need a website designer, unless you can do it yourself, right? But the fundamental is hosting, and you need a domain name. Now, for instance, domains, you can buy it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But the more years is the cheaper, but you have to spend more money to get the truth, because the longer you buy it for, is the cheaper it gets. However, right now on the blockchain, you can have domains where you pay one fee, and I believe at the moment the fee is like $40, and that is there for life. You never, ever, 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 ever have to renew that domain again. So we're talking about we're living in a time
crazy.
right now. Yeah. We're living in a time right now, my brother, where this is another way which you can make money, right? For instance, if you think of a company out there, in Jamaica. So we got, what's a business over there that everyone knows type of thing.
What do you mean in Jamaica specifically?
Yeah, that's over there.
What type of business are you talking about? Well, we have many call centers. So I don't know. We have we outsource a lot of that cheap labor over here. We have a few industrial places as well. Kingston is very densely populated, so the majority of the infrastructure is here. But
But what I mean is, if you just give me a company name,
any company name, like Sagicor. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's just say I can't remember. It's been such a long time. NBC.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So, for instance, NBC.com. Yeah. You could buy that domain that will never expire. Yeah. And you could just register it, NBC.crypto. Yeah. And you could call them up and say, look, I know you guys have a domain that you have to keep renewing every so often. Well, if I could sell you this domain, you just pay me a one-off fee of say $200, and I can give you this domain, and you will never, ever, ever have to renew it again. Would you be interested? Now, let me tell you something. Especially if you bought their name, so like NBC. If you bought that domain, that means you own it. Yeah. Why wouldn't they buy that off you? You see what I'm saying? So the opportunities are endless. Another thing which the blockchain is doing now is creating sites like YouTube and Twitter and all these other platforms which we already know. Yeah. The thing is, look, I've had about 6 YouTube channels. Since 2006 when they first launched, I've had about 6 YouTube channels that they closed down. within, I would say, at the height of me making money on YouTube, I had about 4 YouTube channels, and they were all paying me about $2,000, $2,000 or pounds a month. Yeah, so I was making about £10,000 a month from my YouTube channels. Yeah, every single one of them bar one, they closed down, and you know why? Because they can. However, right now there are platforms out there like YouTube that no one can shut down. The only way you can shut it down is turning off the whole electricity. Yeah. That's the only way you can shut these things down, man.
Man, this is very, very informative. So, decentralized platforms for trading actual cryptocurrency. This is possibly an alternative, wealth generation system that we can use, right? The people can use to break away from the what do you call it there? The petrodollar, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this has been very informative. We're at the we're at the hour mark now, so I don't think we're gonna go into that much more today. We can wind down right now. So Crypto B King, I want to give you an opportunity to kind of just say anything you want to the listeners about cryptocurrency in general. Now that we've touched on all of these things, all of these opportunities, the viability, the fact that you can actually use it for daily groceries if you know where you can transfer your crypto into real dollars. So it's all about knowledge, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So because I'm weak with cryptocurrency knowledge, I appreciate you spending the time here to educate me, a Padawan in this area of study. So So yeah, please
it's
go
my
ahead.
pleasure, man.
Give the listeners any advice you have on crypto, just as like a final word, and then we can wrap up, officially.
No problem. Yeah, man. So I would say, look, guys, the time might be a little bit late for Bitcoin because the price has kind of gone up so high now. But there's always other coins out there which is cheap. Very cheap.
Yeah.
And it's going back to when I said that I bought Ethereum at $6, and that was only back in 2017, guys. So it's not a long time away. Yeah. So what you have in front of you now, if you know, on CoinMarketCap, you've got the first 20 coins that you can invest in. Yeah. You don't want to invest in all of them, but you want to invest, I would say, in infrastructure coins. You wanna invest in the next Ethereum. Yeah. So the next Ethereum right now are things like Cardano, which is ADA, things like Chainlink, things like Solana, things like Matic, which is Polygon. Yeah. And there's a few others. So guys, look, for you could probably spend maybe, I don't know, I've just mentioned 6 coins. You could probably spend like £100 on each, $100 on each, right? For instance, ADA is at $1.72 per coin right now, right? So it's dirt cheap. You could probably bag yourself a couple of hundred of them. Yeah. What you need to do, right, is do not watch the market and just, because it will move erratically. One day it will be 174, next day it will be $1.13. If you're going to be watching it constantly, one, you might, you might damage your heart, and two, you will sell when you ain't supposed to sell. Yeah. Just don't lose money that you can afford to lose. Just invest money that you can actually just forget about, and just leave it there. And guys, I guarantee you, man, if you come into this market with that attitude, yeah, within 6 months you will see appreciation. I believe within 6 months you will see appreciation, and you'll be like, oh my God, probably I should have invested more. That's my advice.
Yeah. So I would say definitely to add to what Crypto B King is saying, definitely look at Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, sorry. And we tend to just attach, cryptocurrency with just like, Bitcoin with all cryptocurrency. That's what I meant to say. We can, because I just did it a while ago. You know what I'm saying? So we need to kind of be more open-minded when we're thinking about cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Right? And we can see that the cryptocurrency is changing. There's a shift that we were talking about that has been taking place with the rise of these digital currencies, various different coins. And crypto himself here has actually benefited from, getting in on this game early. And he's been able to use cryptocurrency to buy various things, including groceries, tech devices like what was that? He said it was a MacBook he bought with it.
Yeah.
So and that's very expensive. So you just have to know how to use these platforms, right? Because as he said, you can have the cryptocurrency, but then if you don't know where you can actually spend it, then it's just sitting down gathering dust. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So with everything and every topic, knowledge is power. So this was an introductory kind of talk that we're having about crypto. So I'm looking forward to having more conversations on this topic, because it's like I'm new to it and I'm getting involved right now. And I'm going to look at it a bit more serious based on Minister Supremacy's advice. And I do value his advice because he has the credentials to back it up. He's been in the game for years. He has the receipts. He not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk, so to say. You get me? So, I've heard a lot about crypto, but I've never talked to somebody one-on-one directly who has had first-hand experience with crypto. And of course, anybody you talk today, their experience might be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you, Crypto B King, Minister Supremacy, you have a lot of knowledge on this topic, and I look forward to further conversations with you. And I just want to say to everybody out there before we close the show, if you're interested in hearing more about crypto, or if you're interested in maybe even joining some of the experiments that I am involved in right now with these two mining applications with the coins that haven't launched, those do not cost any monetary investment. So if you want to know more, you can hit me up in Instagram about that, and we can form, I'll just add you to the network. Because some of these applications to join before the coin has launched is like an invite only thing. Crypto Baking, that's it. Because I got that invite code. Like when I downloaded first, I couldn't do anything unless somebody gave me a code. So that's how these things work. If you know somebody, then they can get you into the program. You get me? Yeah. So I'm experimenting with two coins right now that haven't launched, Pi and you said Pi is launched, but they haven't been listed yet, to be accurate, right?
Yeah.
So Pi is gonna be listed sometime in, I think it's later down this year is the date that they have set for it. So I'm already on that one, trying to see what kind of mining operation they have going. And essentially you tap the app once every 24 hours and it does some mining. So if you're interested in experimenting with this with me, it costs no money. It's absolutely free. All you need is an invite code to get involved, and I will be giving out those free. Just send me a message on Instagram and we'll add you to the network. Crypto B King, before we close out, we're just going to pop this bubble, see what the listeners have to say, and then I'm going to give you the final words, because you provided so much knowledge on this topic. I'm really in awe in what I learned today, and I have to actually go back and listen to this and make some notes. You get what I'm saying, bro? So kudos. Big up. One love from Jamaica. And without further ado, let's pop these bubbles. We got Kashil up in the building. All right, talk to the people nice, brother.
Yo, I got in at the right time. I just want everybody to know something. Contact Kashil, cash.rain on Instagram.com. if you want more information on Forex, cryptocurrency, stocks, and much more, with educators, people who are actually in the business with great results, who can help mold you to be a master on the market.
Wonderful. So we're getting some resonation before we close out. Kashil, I just want to say that possibly for the next show, I'm not sure if Crypto Baking, if you'd like to bring Kashil up on the panel, so we can have more diverse perspectives, and he seems to have some other connections as well. So Kashil, the show is mainly about crypto, but feel free to during the promotion segment at the end when we invite you on the panel to talk about the Forex a little bit and tell the listeners where to find it, etc. We'd love to have you on the panel, and you can share some of the knowledge about crypto to the listeners, so we can understand more about the game, get more dynamic perspectives, and definitely interested. I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram, bro, as well. So let's pop this last bubble here. We got one more from Kashil. Boom.
I prefer y'all work with researcher Strauss because, well, mine, I ain't gonna lie, you gotta pay to play.
Okay, I got you. So Kashil is talking about a pay option. That's always on the table as well for those who are looking to get serious right now. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I have not made any monetary investments, but I'm not telling anybody, hey, you shouldn't. So if you want to, you can contact somebody like Kashil, add him on Instagram. He'll tell you more about that since he's involved in that aspect. But if you want to just see what it's like to get involved with like a coin before it launches, right? Let me know. Hit me up on IG, and we can see how this experiment turns out together. Because as Crypto Baking said, some of these coins can be quite lucrative if you're involved before they get listed, right? Yeah. So we don't know how it's gonna turn out. We're not guaranteeing anything, but right now it costs no money to get involved in the program that the two apps that I have. So I'll freely send anybody an invite code who's interested in that. So yeah, go ahead, Crypto Baking. Please take the last words, and we can close out the show after.
No problem. Listen, man. Look, thank you for inviting me on. Thank you for seeing. Well, at the end of the day, you saw value in me to invite me onto your show, and I hope that I've given you value.
Yes.
The thing is this, right? We live in a world where basically, what you give, you get back. I believe in that. You understand me? And I spend so much time sitting down trying to show people, teach people, and I've always got the time to do that. Yeah. What I will say for your listeners on the next show, so next week Monday, same time. Yeah. What I will say is this: I'm gonna show you some other methods within cryptocurrency that will completely blow your mind. If you're talking about residual income, I've got about 3 or 4 methods. Yeah. Which is foolproof. You literally ain't got to do nothing. You just set this thing up, and it's done. You don't recruit nobody. There is a little bit of money that you have to invest to get the thing that I'm going to tell you about. But once you've got this thing, within the first month, you've already paid it off. So it's not a lot of money, but we're not talking about thousands, right?
Okay.
But with this particular thing, once you've got it and it's set up, you've set it, you forget it, and people are making $3,000 a month upwards, consistently.
Wow,
so
that's impressive.
Within the first month, the little money that you invest to get the thing, you've paid that off 2-3 times. All right. So I'm gonna be bringing a lot of stuff like that on the table next week. So.
Wow, I look forward to it, and that really sounds like a low risk investment at this time. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about that opportunity, and we do hope you join us next week. So we're gonna pop this last bubble, then close out the show, and it's been great. So
absolutely, I love that, guys. I love that so much. Look into Pi mining. I actually have a link for Pi mining. It's free. If you guys want to get into that, it's a coin that hasn't launched yet, but it's speculated to be bigger than Bitcoin. So be on the lookout for Pi coin.
So, I mentioned Pi earlier, and now we're getting some further reinforcement from Kashil to back up the points that Crypto Baking was saying. So guys, if this hasn't piqued your interest, You have people out here making currencies work for them, creating wealth. This is serious. We need to kind of look more on the whole individual system, and I kind of like the privacy stuff about the decentralized blockchain technology. And I look forward to definitely hearing more about different opportunities in this market. You get me? So without further ado, thank you, Crypto B King. This has been great. This is the cryptocurrency. This was the pilot episode, a Q&A with Crypto B King. And possibly next time we'll have Kashil up and we can have more dynamic perspective. So we're going to try and have this be a regular show. We're going to schedule up a normal time. Possibly, I'm not sure. This time is kind of a bit too close for me, Crypto B King, because I finished the show like a couple minutes before. It was kind of cutting it close.
We can run it 8 or 9 p.m. my time. That's no problem, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we'll work it out. But once we get this standardized time, you guys can look forward to this particular panel talking about crypto. And, it's going to be interesting. We're learning a lot of stuff here. So this is great. So thank you, everybody, for coming, keeping an open mind, participating, and for listening, So Crypto B King, once again, take care.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, big up, one love. All right, everybody, we're going to close out the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody.